Profit-hungry health insurance companies run the negotiations, keeping prices high and lining the pockets of middlemen, middlewomen, and pharmaceutical bigwigs while millions of workaday Americans literally struggle to stay alive. Millions of workaday Americans are struggling to just barely get by. And we're seeing another gross example of that playing out right now. Check out this headline. Appalling, Biden administration declines to force Big Pharma to cut price of prostate cancer drug. This reporting is coming from Common Dreams. Thank you, Brett. Yeah, you are reading that headline correctly. If you are watching, if you are only listening, that's exactly what I said. The Biden administration declines to force Big Pharma to cut price of prostate cancer drugs. Now, patient advocates on Tuesday blasted, as well they should, the Biden administration's refusal to compel the manufacturer of a life-saving prostate cancer drug developed completely. Do you hear me? Underline, bolded, underscore, message in a bottle on a train. With public funds, the lure is nearly $190,000 annual price tag. You heard me right, and if you're watching it, your eyes are not deceiving you. $190,000 annual price tag on this drug. The drug was developed, hear us clearly, completely with public funding. But let me remind Biden of his own words.
Lowering the cost of prescription drugs is important, and giving families like yours just a little bit more breathing room makes a gigantic difference. Today, 1 in 4 Americans who take prescription drugs struggle to afford them. Nearly 30% of these patients have skipped doses of essential drugs that they have to take. But after decades of trying to take on Big Pharma, we finally won.
I mean, does he believe anything that he was reading out of that teleprompter? Because make no doubt about it, he was reading it out of the teleprompter. It certainly was not in his heart. Now, all of the facts that he stated about people suffering in this country because they don't have the capacity due to cost to get life-saving drugs that will either save their lives or enhance their lives. But this dude, because that's what he is right now, President Dude, has decided that he is not going to follow through on yet another campaign promise. So in case you need a reminder, that last part was after passing of the Inflation Reduction Act. What he said remains to be true, that far too many Americans are suffering from being uninsured or underinsured, and they cannot afford their prescription drugs. Moreover, drugs that are researched and brought to market off of the taxpayer's dime ought to not cost anything. This is what we get for commodifying healthcare. And that is why this segment is 911. What's your emergency? The American people are being robbed. But this current mayhem all pertains to a drug called Xtandi, sold by Pfizer and Japan's pharmaceutical giant Xtandi. In 2021, prostate cancer patient Eric Sawyer petitioned US Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra to giant march in rights under which the government can grant patient licenses to companies other than a drugs manufacturer. The drugs development was 100% tax funded, yet a 1-year supply of Xtandi currently costs $189,800 in the United States, or up to 5 times more than its price in other countries. Now, National Institutes of Health, part of the Department of Health and Human Services, refuse, and I mean that, refuse to do anything to help reduce the cost of the drug. And this is what they had to say. They does not believe that use of the march in authority would be an effective means of lowering the price of the drug. Then what in the hell do y'all believe is the effective way? I mean, that's the next question we, the American people, should ask. So what are you saying? Just gonna throw up your hands and absolutely do nothing and allow millions of Americans to continue to suffer under the weight and the greed of the pharmaceutical industry? I don't understand. Maybe some of you understand. So please, in your comments to the show, let us know how you feeling about this.